No, sir. Thank you very much for the introduction which I cannot fully deserve. I, as well as my mentor, Dr. Ghazal, are well known for our stand that temple should be out of government control. Having said that, I'm very happy to see the Honorable Commissioner for Religious Development Department here, taking active interest and going through every presentation and asking key questions and making note of the valid points made. I'm glad to be well. I will not be able to see such a sight in Tamil Nadu. Even though the gentleman who is the commissioner there is a good man, I know him very well. But there is no connect between the devotees and the HRC department. Okay, coming to the point. Today I am going to talk about income perspective from Tamil Nadu temple and local properties. We must remember that most of the properties that are attached to the temple or connected to the temple or maybe endowment, that means somebody has endowed the land for the building or the site for a specific or a general purpose for a specific temple. Now, if you take Tamil Nadu, I am going to give an example of Mylapur temple in Chennai, right in the middle of Chennai. It has got a huge landed properties in Chennai. One of the landed properties of Mylapur temple is 305 grams in a place called Dwaraka or Cambridge. The government fixed rate for rent, not the price of the land, the rent, the land per month is 3 lakh rupees per. So from this 300 grounds, the temple should get about 9 crore rupees a month and about 100 or 100 crores a year. If this happens, all Hindu children in 3 kilometers circumference of the temple can study free of cost from standard 1 to 3 college. But the amount realized by the endowments department, the executive officer, is 3,000 rupees per month for 300 grams. That is like rupees 10 per gram, which is very, very, to say, criminal demolition of duty. From the temple properties, we have estimated in Tamil Nadu alone, about 5,500 crore rupees should be realized every month, every year, which means nearly something close to $1 million every year. But the amount realized is something between 60 crores to 90 crores, about 1% to less than 2%. The land owned by temples and monks in Tamil Nadu is about 4,78,000 acres of agriculture. In 1986, it was 5,25,000 acres. Between 86 and now, temples and monks have lost 50,000 acres of valuable land. And of the 4,78,000 acres, at least 100,000 acres have now become urban and semi-urban, which means the rental potential of these lands is extremely high. Then we have 22,000 odd buildings, which is about 2.44 crore square feet. And we have 29 crore square feet of site. That is vacant lands where buildings can be put up, shops can be put up. So these are the immovable properties of Tamil Nadu temples. So what is the government track record? This is as per 2011. Since then, I have also record of each year. But this is something phenomenal. 92% of the land is revenue unconnected. 91% of the agriculture. 91% of the site rents unconnected. 78% of the building rents unconnected. And people have transferred temple and yellow properties to their names, of which identified as only 8,540 acres, of which only 10% has been handled. How did this happen? We have to blame only the government. most blatant and unconstitutional laws of India, the Religious Development Acts of various states. And the old bank politics followed by every politician, by every government. There's willful looting of temple properties. There's no accountability, no responsibility. The RSD temple tower came crashing. Has responsibility been fixed on any official so far? Has anybody been punished so far? Nobody. Same thing there in Tirumala as well. No external audit for temple from 1976. Now, it's under some semblance of an external audit. There is another department of government is doing audit. Whereas in Tamil Nadu, the HRC department which itself is doing its own audit. If somebody allowed the telecom department to do its own audit, 2G fraud would have never come out. The same thing with coal. How can the department audit its own accounts? Now I am going to give you a few examples of temples in Tamil Nadu. They are very, very high land holdings. The biggest land holding is the Devasthanam temple in Dwaraka, which has about 17,000 acres. Of these 17,000 acres, about 10,000 acres of salt flats where we produce salt. And the central government has taken 2,400 acres of the salt flats on government lease and is giving rupees 2 per acre to the temple. Central government. It's not just the state government which is looking at temples, it is also the central government. I have written to the Prime Minister's office, I have received no replies so far. Anyway, that's what things were. And the British were giving 1 pakora per acre when they were having the salt flats. 1 pakora means 3.5 grams of coal. The second biggest holding is Dwaraka temple near Ranjavur, in the place called Dwaraka. 5,000 acres are given by the supporting Maharaja to this temple. The Ramesh Sita and Anjaneya Swami, both those were discovered from the right discovered, and a new temple was built, and the king gave 5,000 acres. Then we have Dwaraka temple in Tirumala district, 4,500 acres. We have Meenakshi Sundreswar temple, 3,500 acres. Dharmic Sammelan temple, about 6,250 acres. One building in Tamil Nadu equals 6.5 acres. This lot had 1,000 buildings, which means 6,250 acres the lot had. There was also another gentleman, Vadavali Mandalam Dharmic in Dwaraka, who also had 1,000 buildings. So he said, my wealth should not be equal of Dharmic as well. So he gave some land to the temple and reduced his land holdings. So that kind of forefathers we had. So what is the current status of these land holdings? From the 17,000 acres in Dharmic temple, we don't even get 10 rupees per acre. The Dwaraka temple, which has 5,000 acres, temple administration says we have only 50 acres now. Which means 4,950 acres of managed. 4,950 acres means land in 10 villages. About 1,500 acres missing from Dwaraka temple, and 3,000 acres the forest department is saying is our land, not the land of the United Temple, and the Tamil Nadu Environment Department is making an appearance of it. The land is up, no use of the land. And Tirumala temple, 6,250 acres, come below 1,000 acres. And recently 300 acres of the temple are given for Central University in Karnataka's constituency, that is in 2009. Not a single rupee was given, and finally some amount was given after I sent notice to the Commissioner and to the government. But again, I won't challenge it because that's not the fair market value. So I'm also going to give you another example. One of the Dharmic temple is a 1,000 acres. 36 lakhs of square feet of residential sites. That means every land in the town belongs to the temple. The temple, the town was built around the temple, and the land completely belongs to the temple. And people have built houses there. we are staying there. How much are they giving? They are giving 0.35 rupees, 35 paise per year. Less than 3 paise per month for 1 square foot of land in Manal. Suppose you give 5 rupees per square. This is a very, very fair rent to ask. The temple will get about 1.8 crores every month. So this is the kind of loss our temples are making. My previous speaker, Mr. Balaji, talked about donations, which are exempted, which are not, how they are taxed, how they are not taxed. We are asking donations to be very important temples. Our forefathers, our kings, our chieftains, our zamindars, our rich men, our poets, even Devasthanam have endowed huge wealth for our temples for various purposes. If we collect the fair rent, not the market rent, fair rent for these properties, we don't have to ask for donations, we can give donations. So, why are immovable properties very important? Artha, Kama, Moksha, Artha is wealth, and it is very, very important to do practice. Very important to sustain Dharma. Dharma cannot be sustained without Artha. We have 3 things guaranteed by the Indian Constitution. That is, to profess your religion, to practice your religion, to propagate your religion. All these 3 things are given without any distinction to every citizen of India. There are no special religious rights available for minorities. Please make a note of it. There are no special religious rights for so-called minorities. All religious rights are equal. But what happens in today's situation? Today, till recently, till BJP came to absolute power, we were somewhat hesitant to say proudly, we are Hindus. I've seen people who said, yeah, we are Hindus, but I am not like militants, and my views are secular. That kind of statements we were making. Particularly after the Modi's retreat, and more particularly after the Yogi's retreat, we are now proud Hindus. We are happy to say we are Hindus. But that is only proposal. Practice and propagation, we are zero, we are zilch. Whereas the Abrahamic religions, they are very, very serious about their practice and propagation. The missionaries are there only to propagate. And if they can propagate about their third standard material, we are having PhD material all over, and we are getting silent. Immovable properties always appreciate in value. Some people say the doctor has no income, he has some 10 acres. Why don't you sell it, put the money in fixed deposit, and then use the interest for running the temple? It is a downright nonsensical statement. It's a downright statement made by a fraudsters. What you have to do is to realize the income of the property and not sell the property. In any case, temple and endowment properties are not easily given. The elevation has to be both necessary and beneficial to the institution. Immovable properties right in the middle of the village or the city are standing testimonies that the religion is functioning within the village or town or city. If we sell them, we allow other religious institutions to come into the place. There have been many instances like that in Chennai. Properties are being sold, and in the place, mosques and churches are found. So, what is practice? How we celebrate our temple festivals? Purpose of chariot procession, Kubabeka, Mahapushka, and Mahamaham in Tamil Nadu, Kumbhabhishekam, Aditi Bhojan, Vedaparaya, Homos. All these are examples of practice. What is propagation? Propagation is sustaining Hindu values. Sustaining our Hindu values, imparting our knowledge of Shastras, and running our own colleges and schools, creating knowledge for real arts, sculptures, paintings, crafts, etc. Running hospitals, running orphanages, Agama Pathashalas, Veda Pathashalas, more importantly, goshalas. Goshalas should be attached in every month and every medium and large temples. We should be able to give aid as the first person when some calamity strikes, when there is a tsunami, when there is an earthquake, when there are typhoons, there are storms, floods. Hindu temples and temples should be flushed with funds, and they should come out first at the ministry. Publication of a books, Mahabharata, Ramayana, as comics for children, for adults, in original form, in local languages, we can do it only with prayer. Can we do it? Yes, we can. First step is to take over temples back from the government. Yes, we can do it. It is being done. There is a case pending before the Supreme Court, filed by Puja Swami Kanana. Swami needs more, but the case is being pursued by two more Swamis. But Subramanian Swami has been convicted. So has the Honorable One. So has the trustees of Dwaraka Temple. So this case is going to be crucial. It is going to be based on the Tirumala Temple. Tirumala Temple was a great victory. I am happy to say I was part of the team which assisted Dr. Subramanian Swami in the Tirumala Temple case. We need to take over temples back from the government. All these systemic cancer en masse. All leases, every lease, long lease, medium lease, and new lease laws to be made, and properties given on lease on market and fair value only. We should have an estate office in each district. State Bank of India has, LIC has, Railway has. These estate office manages the properties of those institutions. So the estate officers will have the mission powers. We don't have to depend on government. Government should be made responsible for the non-collection of property incomes. The Andhra Pradesh, the undivided Andhra Pradesh had more temple and endowment lands than Tamil Nadu. And the scenario is the same. Thank you. I want to show you one more document, what we can do with the income. Just the perspective. I'm going to give you the perspective of what we can. If we get, let me give you an example. I talked about 38 crores square feet of land. Sites. Let's make it 30 crores for sake of calculation. Unlike the agricultural lands, the sites are within the village, or town, or city. For a site, measuring 10 by 10 feet, this is like 100 square feet. Suppose we get 5 rupees per square foot, which is very, very. I just made a small document. We get 5 rupees per square foot. For 30 crores, we get 150 crores per month. For a year, we get 1,800 crores. Where is 1,800 crores and where is 90 crores right now for the government's like huge difference? Then we have measurements, then we have means. I trust we can see this document. I'm just putting the income of 5,500 crores per annum in perspective. Scholarships to 100,000 students at an average of 50,000 rupees per annum per student is 500 crores. Head benefits to 100,000 deserving persons, 500 crores. Revival of Vedas and support to various scholars and students at an average of 60,000 per annum per student, 25 crores. Revival of sacred Tamil texts, Kevala and Divya, and those who sing them, supporting them, 25 crores. Training and support of Bhagama pundits and establishment of Bhagama and Sanskrit schools, 50 crores. Establishing Hindu schools where besides good education, Hindu values taught. We can open 10 schools per annum, with each school being given 50 crores, so 500 crores for that. Establishing medical colleges, veterinary colleges, dental colleges, and others for medical Hindu students. Hindu students who are come on merit. There is no caste, no distinction. Everything based on merit and deserving people. If you are poor, yes, we help you. If you are studious, we will help you. That is about 1,000 crores. Proper conservation of ancient and heritage temples. We must remember there should be no renovation of ancient temples, no renovation, only preservation and conservation. We should not build anything new. Not no new mandapams, no new Kalyana mandapams, no new salaries. We must remember that. So for that, we allot 500 crores. Setting up goshalas to save our basic cattle. Jersey and HF cows are not cows. They are cow-like. They are not basic cattle. We should have only our basic cattle in our Hungarian, homegrown kind of cows. Okay. What we saw this morning. Setting up organic farms, dairy farms, and institutions and temples and mud plants, which will supply pure materials to temples. Paddy, rice, vibhuti, milk, kumkum, whole pressed oils. We should not take factory manufactured oils. We should use whole pressed oils like mahua oil, coconut oil, ginger oil, and castor oil. We should use pure saffron. We should use pure honey. We should use proper paper for government channels. 250 crores. We should have an external audit, 4 or 5 teams for auditing all papers and all these expenses and publish the audit reports. We should have our own TV, radio stations, own newspapers for Hindus, 100 crores per annum. Publishing essential Hindu books and works for children and adults, 500 crores. Help to Hindu widows, orphans, physically challenged, and those affected by accidents and disasters, by 250 crores and other expenses. There always be other expenses. So after all this, we have only a total of 4,500 crores. The Tamil Nadu temples would generate just from the properties, forget the donations, forget the Hindi money, just from the donations, 5,500 crores. So we have a surplus of 1,000 crores. So if a disaster like tsunami happens, if a disaster like Uttarakhand floods happen, we can immediately rush our team with money, materials, food, clothes, everything, and help them. So this is our task.